So I did take time and I built this little piece that sits back here. Actually started out with an inch thick piece of aluminum, kind of a billet, and yeah, a whole bunch of whittling with our bandsaw and grinding and drilling holes. And we've got a spot that will stop the hood, and I think that where it stops will establish our gap at the back of the hood. The front of it, we've got to build a little flat plate that bolts in here and kind of sticks out with a stud of some kind to hold the front of the hood in the center. I don't know how it's supposed to look. Every time I see one of these cars at a car show, I'll take pictures of the hood and the mounting system on it, and it just looks super simple. And then I come home and I'm puzzled slightly on exactly what I've got to do to make that work. So let's go look at the hood, and you can see what we're talking about there. You see, you just have this hinge in the middle of the hood. There's supposed to be a stud, I believe, that goes into this. I'm not sure if there's a bar that goes all the way connecting front to back to keep it from moving around, but that may be what we end up with on our car. And then the very back has got this crazy little poking out section of the hinge there. That's what goes in to center that hood up for us. Now, you look at the hood and it's all painted up, right? Looks good. Well, I use this panel just to kind of test colors, combinations, and I really wanted to see these louvers painted with a little outline of our red, white, and blue theme. Looks cool. This is actually not the color of the car though. This is just I think it's a Ford color on newer cars. I was just experimenting, seeing what color combination looked really good for this ride. So we're going to end up fitting this looking like it does, and you'll be able to see the color difference when we put it up there. Then we're going to have to pull this hood off and basically take her down to metal, maybe. I don't know how far we'll strip it down, but we've got to get this paint off, prep it up, paint it the proper colors for the car, and then we can get it on there. Well, this is what we've come down to. I have cut the back edge completely off of the hood of this car. I've taken out about 3/8 of an inch. I've ground this edge so that we have a good hood gap on this side. That's the only way I could get it to really fit. I'm sure somebody out there's smarter than me, done this before. It's old hat to you, and you can work them around, but man, these old cars, the front ends on them, I just don't think they fit all that great from the factory. So anyway, we've cut that out. I have taken out about 3/8 of an inch at the bottom, faded off to almost nothing at the top. You can see we're even here, but we've got a gap right there. That's the only gap in the whole piece. The rest of it, I mean, we're talking like the width of a piece of 023 MIG wire. So everything's going good. And then, thin metal. Pop a little hole in there. That always sucks. Let's see if we can do better up here. We're still looking good gap-wise, fit-up-wise. Everything is cool. Got it in here. This little line down here lines up very nicely. Well, I don't know what that looks like to you guys, but it is very close. That one is just like maybe a third of a sheet of sheet metal thickness off. We're talking under 20 thousandths. This is the worst, like, out of flushness I have, and then still got this gap up here. And really, I could have gotten rid of the gap, but man, everything was so close everywhere else. You just end up chasing your tail, trying to get it all to fit. So sooner or later, you got to say, hey, that is going to be good enough. But you can see our gap here. We're pretty nice. I mean, definitely within 35 Chevy specs. We got the hood latched down on this back corner. The front latch is completely out of it. We are off just a little bit here on the bead, but man, I think we're going to have to re-roll the corners of this hood anyway. So this was all working out pretty good. It's got one spot here that's got a lot of tension on it. I think I just need to stretch these tacks out a little bit and that tension will be gone. And we just keep working on it a little bit at a time. This has been hard to video because I'm not super excited about doing this, as you can imagine. There is a lot of material on this hood though. And I think I said it in the last video, the hood looks like it's done, but it's really not. It's not even like the same color as the car. It was just testing out some different blue. I like it. I like this and everything about it. It's just, we're going to end up stripping it, I do believe, because it's got some bubbling and some other issues there. All right, so all the welding, all the stuff on the other side. And this side, we did have to move some stuff around. Look at how this thing opens now, though. It's like just, you get it unlatched and she folds up and out of the way, just like one of these wonderful hoods should. I rebuilt my pieces here. This piece was just kind of dreamed up from some cardboard. Pretty close in here with the coolant reservoir. I had to kind of shinny it over just a hair. But yeah, we got this side fitting nice. We put this piece in. Let me grab what I cut off of there. So this was the piece, the end that was welded in there. It had a huge slot in it just from trying to make everything fit. So we whacked that off and put a new piece on the end. One hole drilled in it. Everything lined up good there. I mean, for dreaming all this up, I think it all worked out great. The hood shuts good. I've got to move in my grill shell. Close this gap up just a little bit. That'll tighten up our hood gap on this side. We've got to do the same on the other. And yeah, we get that all done. Hood where it opens and shuts on both sides, and then we'll be ready to pull this hood off and start stripping some paint off of it. So, you know, this grill matches the original material, but it was way oversized. I bought it from a truck place just because that's the only place I could get one. And I had to grind it to fit. And you can see down here, we're still just a little bit long. So before I put this thing back in, I'm going to slip this tag underneath here, kind of push stuff out of the way. And I'm going to grind that so it'll fit inside of this grill surround. Try to get that puppy poked down in there good. It's going to try to give myself a little bit of protection because I really just need to grind like 3 of those things. I think that'll do it right there. Yeah, right on, buddy. All right, so you guys didn't see me pull it out of the garage or anything this morning, but we got the car loaded up. I did finish grinding and install the grill. It looks pretty decent, fits good. 1935 standards, of course. And still got this ugly area here. We're gonna pull this hood off and get that welded up, finished out. I brought it to the school so that we could get the tranny man to fix the transmission in it, get it where it'll lock up when the transmission fluid's hot. Figure this video is long enough. You guys have listened to me ramble on and beat on stuff, cut things apart, and yeah, all that good stuff. Want you all to have a great day, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and we will catch you all on the next video. You're gonna have to wash the windows, man.
It needs a bath now.
It needs a little bit.
We need a little bit of rain, don't we?
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
But the 5.3 of God is
We're putting a 5.3 or 350 in.
what's that? It's that 350. The front end, the fenders, they're the worst part.
Metropolitan.
Um,
Holy cow, that stuff's big. See there?
Yeah.
Oh, Gino's been there, man.
yeah, he's been working on it. Here's the rear fenders.
All right.
I mean, they're not good, but they're...
No, that's easy enough to do, though, to deal with just for something like that.
Did you ever get any 2X's?
No,
Okay,
not that are cool.
I'm gonna buy one.
We're gonna, I need to order some more stuff from Vince and get some big boy sizes. I got a guy in Texas that he needs a 3X, and Vince doesn't care the size, you know, as you just have to order at least a dozen at a time. So hood support, grill, fenders, bed, almost.
What, 15, 16 days from going to the butcher.
Oh man.
And he's fattened up nice.
El Toro, he's a pretty good size too.
He's got a real body.
Yeah.
And his shoulders are nice.
Long-legged thing. Looks like he could run.
To see the wedge, have you ever saw that?
The
That was a
wedge.
car built in Bartlesville.
Look at what in the world, the
That's Chuck, buddy.
Chuck?
Hey, Chuck.
And that's
Fajita. Wow.
Yeah.
It looks solid enough to me. Why ain't it on the road?
Well, you know why they ain't.